All right. Welcome to 2026. We are back. We are at Jack and Dan's. Just had a fantastic Reuben, some fish and chips.
I had the Reuben as well.
Yeah. And we were here last week. I was repaying a
A
debt.
debt, yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't
And
always help to be a Niners fan.
no, it does not. But tomorrow, another big game. It actually means something this time. The last one didn't mean anything,
Well, I think
so
it meant a little bit.
it didn't mean anything in my mind.
Okay.
But it's going to be a different outcome this week. You're buying me lunch next week.
All right,
That's
we'll
my
see.
prediction.
Okay.
I'm usually right with predictions.
We'll see about that.
Yes,
Go
yes.
Hawks.
But we're not here to talk about football and my misery. We're gonna just kind of recap 25, chat about 26. I mean, for me personally, like I'm fairly bullish on real estate for 26. I think there's some exciting things that are happening within our market, and so yeah, we'll just kind of dive into that and see where it goes.
Well, I'm bullish too. I think that the interest rate environment is better. It's going to continue to slightly improve. And I think it's going to lead to a lot more transactions when
Yeah.
it comes to purchasing.
Yeah. I mean, National Association of Realtors is predicting about a 14% increase in the number of units that are transacted for 26. You know, in 25, I think we ended up 3-4 million units, which sounds great, but that's about 20-30% off what we normally average across the country. So that, 14% is enough to get excited about. Doesn't get us back to the averages, but it's a good direction to be moving in. For us locally, to finish off 25, we saw our average price point end up at $397,000. That's down, 4.5%. And I'll correct that. That's the median price point. So that was down 4.5%. We saw the number of listings come onto the market year over year increase by 20-25%. The number of closed sales for the month of December was up 2.5% year over year. And our new pendings going in the 26, which is a great indicator of like how the year is going to start off, that was up almost 25%. So really good, solid end to 25 and beginning of 26.
Well, yeah, and from a rate standpoint, we began 2025 at about 6.7% on the national average for a mortgage rate. We finished the year at 6.2. I think if we were talking about what happened in the first 2 weeks of January, that would be closer to 6%. And because of the interest rates improving, the average mortgage payment, on a new house started 2025 at $2,600. We ended at $2,357. So, I mean, you can see why there's more activity and why we're estimating there will be more this year.
Yeah, and I think if you look at the, what rates did in combination with what the median price did, I mean, that's a 13.8% reduction in the cost of owning a home between your principal and interest payment and the median price of real estate. That's 14%, and we're not going to see a massive decrease in prices. I think we're more likely to see rates continue to trend down, and this year, I mean, we saw 5.91, 5.92, just the lowest it's been in 3 years.
Yeah, I think we both would agree that we think mortgage rates might improve a little bit, but not dramatically. I had someone ask me yesterday, where do I think mortgage rates will be 2 years from now? And really, without anything unforeseen, a recession, something geopolitical that happens, they're probably going to be close to where they're at now, about 6%.
Yeah.
Could they bounce down to 5.5 in 24 months? Sure.
Yeah.
But could they stay right where they're at? Absolutely.
Well, and we saw, I mean, you saw the administration, like, whether or not it comes to fruition or what it looks like, but, allocating $200 billion to, buying mortgages, that's going to help, mortgage rates. And so that's a potential positive.
As you're always saying, the traders have already traded the rumor, right? Donald Trump came out and made that announcement. Interest rates did improve fairly quickly by about 1/8 of a point. So, I mean, that's already been, priced into where we're at today.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I think, when we're looking at 26, honestly, for you as a seller or you as a buyer, it doesn't really matter what rates are at because it's not your primary decision, most likely. I know when I'm talking with my wife, and you might be the same, but we're talking about like, oh man, the house feels too small. we're expecting, we're changing a job or something along those lines, and then comes, does it make financial sense for us to make a move, or do we just stick with what we have because it's comfortable financially, et cetera? So, even with like the positive move in rates, positive move in prices, and all the stuff that we talk about every single month, it doesn't really matter if like there isn't a life event that triggers it first, and then secondly, it makes financial sense.
Well, and I would also suggest to people, don't self-select yourself out of wanting to buy a new house or buy your first house. Talk to myself or Rich and talk to a local expert. That way you can find out you may actually be in a better shape than you are. I think there's a lot of people out there that spend time looking on the internet, talk themselves out of doing something that might actually be best for them.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many mortgage products out there or ways, through negotiating on price, seller concessions, et cetera. We can't cover all of them. They're always evolving, but there's something out there that, if there's a upgrade, downgrade, a job change, marriage change, having kids, kids moving out, like there's something out there that can make financial sense if there's a life need around it.
Absolutely.
And a lot of that, like you're just not going to find, all of it through Google, but there's definitely stuff out there. So
sure.
if you do have a life change or life event coming up, like we'd love to chat. We can be reached at SpokaneHomeGuy.com or 509-990-SOLD.
We can be reached at chimneyrockmortgage.com or 509-747-1300.
Awesome. See you guys next month.